Hey, it's Hayden Richards, and thanks for joining me on the last of our Daily Dose series. Today we're going to take a look at the closest thing I've ever found to be a Jedi Mind Trick for getting someone to do what you need them to do, quickly.
Yes, you're right. That is a great idea.
It's a very minor change to what you're probably already doing, but you'll be amazed at how well it works. It's based on an experiment carried out by psychologist Alan Langer back in 1977, involving an administrative assistant and a photocopier. Yes, a photocopier. Or, as they were known back then, a Xerox machine. The experiment took place in a busy office space where there was always a line of at least one or two people waiting to make copies. In the experiment, the admin assistant would approach one of the people in line with the intention of cutting in front, and they would ask one of these three questions. Version 1. Excuse me, I have 5 copies. May I use the Xerox machine? Version 2. Excuse me, I have 5 copies. May I use the Xerox machine? Because I'm in a rush. And version 3. Excuse me, I have 5 copies. May I use the Xerox machine? Because I have to make copies. What do you think happened? With version 1, 60% of people let the admin assistant skip the line. With version 2, 94% of people let the admin assistant skip the line. And with version 3, 93% of people let the admin assistant skip the line. In other words, despite the fact that in version 3, the explanation really made no sense. May I use the Xerox machine? Because I have to make copies. It was still equally as successful as version 2, where the explanation at least made some sense. May I use the Xerox machine? Because I'm in a rush. And both of these versions were far more successful than the version where no explanation was offered at all. So what did these more successful strategies have in common? They included the word because. I think the reason this works is that people just appreciate explanations. They like to know why they're being asked to do something. Even if they're not the greatest explanations in the world, it seems that any explanation is better than none. So how do I apply this kind of experimental data in my professional life? Well, let's say there's a situation where I need someone to do something or stop doing something, but I don't have time to sit down and build a whole relationship with them. I just try to make a simple, polite request, and then I say, because, and then I give the most honest explanation I can. So rather than, hey, I'm sorry, but could you just tone down the swearing? Maybe it'd sound something like this. Hey, I'm sorry, but can I ask you to tone down the swearing? Because I'm worried that the other people here might find it distressing. Rather than, hey, could I ask you to move to another seat? It might sound something like, hey, could I ask you to move to another seat? Because we need to just move a trolley through here. And rather than, kids, can you brush your teeth now? It might sound something like, kids, can you brush your teeth now? Because it's important we take good care of our teeth. And you know what? It's so simple, but I have to admit, it seems to make a difference. With the possible exception of that last one. If anyone else has worked out how to get their kids to brush their teeth on command, please let me know. In the meantime, why not try adding a simple explanation the next time you need someone to do something for you? For details on the content we've covered today, check out the podcast description. And stay tuned for the Real World series releasing next week. By making small changes like these every day, we can contribute to making our workplaces better. Not only in the way that we care for our patients, but in the way we care for ourselves and each other.